What is good? Welcome to this month's video, and today we're talking about school and some things about school. Now before we start, something I want to mention is that my school recently implemented the dress code where all the students have to wear a navy blue shirt with black or tan pants. But I'm not gonna draw them, cause they suck. And also because most of the people at my school either wear a hoodie over their uniform or just don't wear the uniform at all. But enough talking, let's get right into the video. So first we have the class clowns. They're always messing around. Teachers hate them, the students probably also hate them. And they're always doing something dumb like moaning at the top of their lungs. And then there's the student athletes. Now the stereotypical douchey athlete isn't really true. Most of them are just genuine people who just love sports. Then there's nerds, which is the type of person that I'm closest to. People usually go to me for help with schoolwork, which I don't really have a problem with, as long as the whole classroom doesn't show up starting to ask me for help. There's also the menaces who either throw/mix food at lunch or just mess around in the bathroom, usually in groups. Coming up next is the average situation involving a school menace.
What a wonderful day to pee.
Then we got the perfectionist girls, the nonchalant people, and the gamer people. All of these guys have their own personalities that I'm gonna show on screen. And there's also the art kids who just whip up masterpieces, but when you go and ask them, hey yo, this is a good drawing, they're like, oh, that's just a doodle. And then there's the thug people. Now I don't know how many of these people are at my school or if they're even real, because there's so many that spawn out of nowhere. Then there's the people who mix all the food and say I dare you to eat it, and the roasters, both of which can and probably will mess up your entire lunch experience. And the winner of the best type of student award probably goes to this guy. Now these people are just cool people, and they don't really bully you unless you're actually weird. And you can be cool with these guys from 6th all the way to 8th grade. They're also usually quite popular, but they don't really let it get to their head, and overall just really good people. And then there's the gossip girls. Now, I usually just try and stay away from any drama that these guys talk about. Sometimes I just have to tune it out when I'm in the same room as them, but it usually never affects me anyway, because when people throw shit at me, they just do it right to my face. But I still find it kind of grimy to just talk about people behind their back. And then there's the infamous ratchet/hot Cheeto girls who always yell. They're always the most aggressive people in the school, always picking fights or instigating fights. I usually don't have a problem with people being loud and energetic, but sometimes it's just not the time. I'm trying to do schoolwork. And then there's that one imminent threat that lies in our school. I don't really want to talk about him. And then there's the NPCs. And these guys are valid. I don't care what you say, but they're valid. If you honestly think that your classroom is a safe and happy place, then you must be an idiot. I just talked about why they aren't. Classrooms usually include arguing between students, non-applicable schoolwork as in useless, giggling during lectures, excessive hand-raising, and repeat the cycle for each class. Pretty much classrooms suck. Now I also can't fail to mention Kahoot and how I'm such a tryhard at it, and everyone really does not like me for it. Let's go, I got it right. Dude, these questions are literally rigged. Get a load of this guy. I'm literally the smartest person. Now before we get to the good part, we have to go over some rules that my school has. And these are rules that apparently only my school has because I've never heard anybody else talk about them. So maybe you'll learn about a new school rule from this. So firstly, there's the one-way hallway rule, where you go one way, but if you forget something and want to go back, you can. And then there's the 15-minute rule, where you're not allowed to use the bathroom for the first or last 15 minutes of class. And only one person is allowed at the bathroom at a time, and you can't go during third period because that's when you're supposed to go at lunch. And also the classic no hoods. Now that the dumb boring part is out of the way, we can move on to the good part, which are the stories. And we gotta introduce a new character, who's my new AP who's foul, atrocious, and terrible. And he's built the same as a Wilmer. In fact, that's what we're gonna call him. So I was just in the lunchroom with my hood up, and he just teleported behind me and yanked my hood off. And he just started mean mugging me while looking over me. And he told me that he was gonna take my hood, which I have never heard be an actual school rule where teachers can take your hoods. But yeah, he sucks. I also gotta mention the gang, which includes Charlie, Jordan, Levi, Brandon, and Kyle. Most of our interactions just include tomfoolery in the group chat. The group was created because of a game called Photo Tag, where one person has to take a picture of someone else, then they have to take a picture of someone else, but we eventually just stopped using it, probably because we just forgot about it over the summer. In particular, I want to talk about how Charlie always tries to put girls onto me to no avail, but he's trying his best to be a W man, so I'll give him that. Next, we're gonna talk about my friend who we're gonna call Tom for this video. Now, Tom is really my hype man. Tom is probably more confident in me than I am in myself. So, you also have a friend named Jim who's always making sus jokes. And so does Tom, and so does like all my other friends. Wait, before you click off, I have a confession to make. I don't hate school. Oh, I see you put down the pitchfork.